Camarillo has a small town feel, but it's not too claustrophobic. And you're going to know all of your neighbors, but not run into them everywhere you go. Are you thinking about moving to Camarillo and you want to know everything there is to know about this place? And that's why you came to us?
Good job. Camarillo can really take your breath away as you explore. It's an interesting blend. On the one hand, you have a suburban lifestyle with amazing mountain views. There's a destination outlet malls. And then you have an agricultural area with historical roots. You have a really quaint downtown. So there's a lot going on here. Stay tuned because we're going to cover Camarillo in depth, including lifestyle, cost of living, crime rate, and schools.
And you're going to want to really stay to the end where we give you some insider tips to make your experience in Camarillo all the better.
Let's get started.
Camarillo is just a short drive to the mountains or the beach, and you're only about 20 to 30 minutes from like Port Hueneme or Malibu Beach or Port Magoo.
Point Mugu.
I always think of like Mr. Magoo.
And also the Santa Monica Mountains National Park. We love to go there. When we moved here originally from Colorado, we were thinking, oh man, we're going to miss our mountains, you know? But we were wrong. There are beautiful mountains out here, and the Santa Monica National Park area is enormous. There's fantastic trails. There's even a waterfall on one of the trails.
We love taking our dogs on hikes there. It's just so much fun.
Yeah. The other thing is you're going to only be about a 2-hour drive from the Mountain High Ski Resort. So if you want to ski, actually, you can do that weather dependent. There is snow there right now.
I mean, we're not comparing it to Colorado,
Yeah.
but we are saying that if you live here, it's nice to have that as an option.
Yeah. And it is convenient for driving to Oxnard, Ventura, and even Los Angeles. Although for that drive, you're definitely going to want to be non-rush hour.
And you're also going to want to look at the weather because if it's raining, it seems to go like back to back, bumper to bumper, and it might double your time.
National Geographic once put out a piece on the top 10 Mediterranean climates in the world, and they actually picked Camarillo as one of them. In the summer, the ocean breeze can help keep Camarillo a little bit cooler with average temps in the mid-80s. In the winter, the lows are in the 50s. But in 2022, there were some odd days where it did get up to over 100 and as low as 40 in the winter.
But it was still cooler here than it was in like Thousand Oaks or Newberry Park. I remember the first time I came up to Camarillo and I was visiting a client and going and taking a look at their house, and as I was driving up the hill to see their home, I saw all this gorgeous landscaping with the birds of paradise and all these beautiful succulents, and I look over and I see this hill and the ocean and just this amazing view, and I called up Bart and I'm like, I know where we need to go on our next date. You are gonna love it here. The residents in Camarillo agree with me that this is absolutely beautiful. When you're driving up the hill from Thousand Oaks and you look over and you see all of this greenery, it's the first introduction to the agricultural area in Southern California. And it just greets you with just the hills with trees and agriculture and just beauty. And the residents voted on SOAR, which is to protect the open space and the agriculture in this area, to make sure that the development doesn't happen as much in these areas, which is really nice because it stops the urban sprawl and also makes sure that there's not as much traffic.
Yeah, it's important because if you're moving here because of this beauty, it's good to know at least they're doing something to try to preserve that. So when you move here, it doesn't radically change overnight.
Right, and not every area is protected by SOAR, but a lot of it is.
This amazing lifestyle does come with a price, however. The average entry-level home starts around $700,000, with some neighborhoods actually starting over $1 million. That being said, though, this area is a bargain when you're comparing to other Southern California cities where the prices can be anywhere from 50 to 300% more expensive.
And we're not saying that that's comparing to like what, Iowa or to even Utah.
Or most other parts in the country, right, is going to be cheaper. We're just saying it is more affordable compared to a lot of other Southern California cities.
Camarillo has 14 distinct neighborhoods, which can run from like a small planned development area with these cute little ranch homes with a quiet charm to them.
There's mission-style architectural themed neighborhoods capturing the history of the city.
And then there's these bigger areas where they're gated communities and the houses are custom made, and they're like on half an acre of land, and they're on a hilltop, and so when you look out you feel as if there's no one behind you, and you have this view of the mountains and the ocean and agriculture. And I remember they first said, okay, you're gonna have a view of the ocean. I thought, no, not in Camarillo. And I went out and I saw, and you could even see the Channel Islands on a clear day.
Yeah. The bottom line is you have all different types of options for suburban living here. Take your pick.
And you'll find a place just for you.
Right. The cost of living in Camarillo is definitely, as we mentioned, higher than most of the rest of the country, but less than most Southern California cities. That being said, childcare is around $1,400 a month, which is similar to Los Angeles. A big plus for Camarillo, however, is they recently had a desalinization plant come online, which they're expecting will cover roughly 2/3 of their water costs. And water's a big deal. It's been going up.
Another thing that really plays into the cost of living is your mortgage or your rent, the housing cost. And in Camarillo, the average home is about $750,000, which is about the same as the average in Ventura. However, in Camarillo, you're going to get a larger house for that, a bigger lot.
You'll have less tourists.
Exactly, less tourists. You're going to have a lot of different hiking sites, and you're not too far from the beach. Another thing in Camarillo is that it has a lower unemployment rate than the national average. However, most people need to commute because there isn't a large industrial area here.
Keep in mind, if you're buying anywhere in California, really you're going to want to be asking deeper questions about the neighborhood you're interested in. Like, is there a Melrose tax? Is there a special assessment? Are there HOA costs? And we would love to help you with those type of questions and more. Definitely give us a call if you're interested in Camarillo or really any other cities in Ventura County.
You may be thinking, we love Camarillo, we want to move there, but Keziah and Bart, what are the natural disasters that could occur here? Well, as in most Southern California cities, you do have a high risk of an earthquake. However, Camarillo's been doing a lot to mitigate the risk of fire, so they are down to a moderate risk for fire in this area.
When it comes to air quality, there were 237 days of good quality air reported in 2022, only 4 days of unhealthy, and 0 days of hazardous.
However, we've really been talking about the agriculture here, and so you're going to have all of the things that impact an area when they have agriculture, such as you might have a little skunk smell from the hemp area farms, and you're going to have...
And there could be a variety of other smells that are related to agriculture.
Right, and for people with asthma like myself, you really want to make sure that when you're buying a home in this area, that you look and see where you are going to be less impacted by that. Camarillo schools are highly rated. They're an 8 out of 10, which is in the top 30% of all schools in California. One of the things that we absolutely love about this area is that they have 2 high schools, and one of them provides more of a performing arts area, and the other one is more of like a sports area, so you can have your choices.
Also, California State University Channel Islands is only minutes from the ocean, and they offer over 50 degrees.
Some of them are really great programs that deal with the ocean.
Keep in mind, when it comes to activities in Camarillo, it kind of shuts down after 10. However, if you want to judge a city by the quality of its public library, then Camarillo is a 10. The library is amazing. It's built with Spanish-style architecture. It's really a work of art.
Another thing is Camarillo has 28 parks, and that ranges from like a skate park to an off-leash dog park, going swimming, and also there is this huge 2-acre horse park where you can take your horse and go up the trails. It's just amazing. There's also the summer concert series in the park.
Right, and also don't forget Camarillo has the outlet malls, which is a real destination spot. They're the only outlet malls in Ventura County, so people are coming from all over to get to there.
No matter where you want to go, Camarillo is so small that you can get there in about 10 minutes. And one of the only negative things that we've heard about Camarillo is that, like Bart said, things close around 10. So there's limited activities for, let's say, somebody who is more of a night owl or a teenager. They tend to go out of the city in order to get like a cultural experience or going to the beach.
When it comes to restaurants, we have heard from some residents that some of the restaurants can be a little bit bland. However, other residents say the restaurants are amazing here.
One of the restaurants that you just shouldn't miss is called the Rolling Pin, which is a donut shop that is open until like 10 o'clock at night, and it is a go-to. If you haven't been there, you have not experienced the true donut place. You definitely want to try like their apple fritter or their chocolate chip roll.
Also, Food Truck Thursdays is super popular, a great way to be sociable.
We have a large list for people, but we didn't want to keep going on and on. So we have this really special thing just for you.
Yeah, so send us an email to team@living-inventuracounty.com and we'll send you our top picks for Camarillo, fun places to go, restaurants, everything.
You don't want to miss it. You want to feel like a local, right?
That's right.
Camarillo has so much to offer anybody. Like we said, being able to go to the ocean, to the mountains, and experience a small town feeling without being on top of each other. With that being said, if this is not the right place for you, then make sure you watch some of our other videos about Ventura County, or give us a call and experience it through our eyes.
Yeah, we love making videos, but you know what we love even more is working with people in person. It is awesome. So give us a call, even if you just have questions, you're not even thinking of moving for a year or whatever, give us a call. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have.